Welcome to Hitman Boxing. So, listen, Deontay Wilder wants Anthony Joshua, and in his words, right after he beats Luis Ortiz. So, we got a couple of interesting matchups before the end of the year as far as the heavyweight division is concerned. I guess maybe not so interesting would be Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev. And then we've got Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz on November 4th at the Barclays Center, right? Luis Ortiz is kind of the boogeyman of the division. Not too many people are jumping at a chance to fight him. A lot of people, on YouTube say that he's an older fighter. He's past his prime. Others still feel that he's the killer, known as King Kong. But in my opinion, I think if Deontay Wilder beats Luis Ortiz, he should get full credit for the win. And that's just me. And, I'm known as a Deontay Wilder hater, even though I just critique his choice in opponents and the fact that he's fought 38 bums, right? But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Deontay Wilder wanting to fight Anthony Joshua immediately after the Luis Ortiz fight. Now, what I hope in this situation isn't true is the fact that it kind of seems like Deontay Wilder is overlooking Luis Ortiz. And if Luis Ortiz is going to train for anybody, I think it's going to be Deontay Wilder. Both of these guys can throw bombs. We've seen Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's got 37 knockouts, man. So, but then again, you could say it's all bums. And Luis Ortiz, you could really say that Luis Ortiz doesn't have much of a step-up fight either. Jennings, but that was after he lost to Klitschko. But we'll see. Now, I'm just going to read off a couple of Deontay Wilder's quotes here. And this is his quote about Anthony Joshua. When I beat him, I want Joshua. Everybody knows that I want to unify the division, and whoever I've got to beat to finally get that fight made, then let's do it. If Ortiz is the gatekeeper for unifying, then I can't wait. But my ultimate goal is to unify. I'm waiting on them. As you can see, I've been ready. I've been calling all these champions out. I've done called out these champions from Povetkin, Glazkov, dodging me and going to Charles Martin. I done called out the Klitschkos. I called out the Furies. Klitschko told me I've got to fight somebody else, but I've got the WBC belt. Why you didn't want to come take this? You had the titles and I had the WBC belt. Why I got to fight somebody else? If I'm that easy, why people feel like they have to dodge me? If I'm so easy, I don't understand it. If I'm fighting all bums and I ain't fought nobody, why these MFers don't want to fight me? That should be something people should contemplate in my mind. Why they ain't fighting if it's that easy. So with that being said, I want to unify. So after this fight, when Josh should do what he got to do with Pulev, and I'm going to do what I got to do with Ortiz, I ain't got to say no more. Deontay Wilder's statement. So, he is right about a couple of things. He did, he was on his way to Russia to fight Alexander Povetkin before he got popped off for PEDS. He did want to fight Glazkov, and Glazkov did opt to fight Charles Martin, and that was the IBF championship. The Klitschkos, he did call out Klitschko, but, that's kind of a good point, though, man. Klitschko for all that time, never had the WBC belt. Well, at least after his brother retired or whatever. But, yeah, why didn't he go after Wilder? That's a good question. But, we're not even going to get into that. I'm just validating some of the things that he's saying. He did have that, confrontational showdown with, Tyson Fury, where Tyson Fury came into the ring after his match and he just, he was grilling Wilder. But, Wilder has been calling these dudes out, but he just, I don't know if it's a lack of being able to get these guys in the ring with him or if it's just, he's just been fighting bums, man. He ain't been fighting his mandatory. I'm not saying that, what's his name, Povetkin was, his fault. It's not Wilder's fault that he was taking something, man. It's really not his fault at all. So he really shouldn't be penalized for that. Glazkov did duck him. So he's got a point. But my issue here is it's almost as if he's like overlooking Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz should be the only person he's focused on. He shouldn't be focused on, what happens after this fight. We know that you want to fight Anthony Joshua, but more than likely he's not going to get a chance to fight Anthony Joshua after this fight with Ortiz. I'd be surprised if they make that fight, right after. Well, I guess it could happen. I would like to see that fight next. I mean, I'm pretty sure Anthony Joshua's going to beat Pulev, and I'm riding with Deontay Wilder to stop Luis Ortiz, but we'll see. I mean, what Eddie Hearn has mentioned that after the Pulev fight, they wanted in a perfect world they wanted Ortiz next, and then they wanted Wilder. So since Ortiz is going up against Wilder, and if Wilder can beat Ortiz, maybe they'll make that concession and go ahead and fight Wilder, since unification takes precedence over mandatories. But we'll see how it goes. I want Deontay Wilder to continue to challenge himself, but you know what? Then at the same time, Bermane Stiverne is fighting Dominic Brazil on the undercard of Wilder. So Wilder Ortiz. So I mean, I thought he had to fight again, unification takes precedence. But what if Brazil ends up beating Stiverne, and man, they got that court battle going on, man. That's going to be a hard fight to make. And what if you don't want to take the step-aside money? What if there's issues with that and he runs the risk of getting stripped of his WBC championship? We really don't know what's going to happen, man. And we really don't know how these sanctioning bodies are going to react. I mean, we say that they try to be fair, and, we can say that, unifications take precedence over, mandatory positions and fighting your mandatory or whatever. But, I mean, they've proven to be very corrupt in the past, so I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I'm picking Deontay Wilder to knock out Luis Ortiz. I'm picking Anthony Joshua to knock out Kubrat Pulev. Like, easy work. Like, that's going to be so easy. I mean, then again, on the other hand, you've got Anthony Joshua, who could potentially face Joseph Parker. And, well, we're going to get into that next. I got to go win on Joseph Parker because he's a bum with a belt. BB. We're going to call him B to B. Hitman Boxing. Drop a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I just thought about this. If Deontay Wilder beats Luis Ortiz, then maybe he should fight Joseph Parker. I mean, when is Joseph Parker going to run through the gauntlet? When is he going to fight a top-tier opponent? Because Deontay Wilder beating Luis Ortiz kind of cements his spot in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? And then I feel like Joseph Parker should fight him after that. And then you could have Anthony Joshua, after he beats Pulev, maybe he could get one more, solid opponent in. And then after that, the winner of Wilder Parker, face the winner of, AJ and whoever he fights is TBA. Because Joseph Parker, you know what? Man, I'm about to go in on this dude, man. I'm about to make another video on Joseph Parker. He's really, he's not nice at all. He's not nice with the hands. I'm not going to get on too much on this video, but he needs to fight a step-up fight. Anthony Joshua fought Vladimir Klitschko. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. Deontay Wilder is fighting Luis Ortiz. If he beats Luis Ortiz, he's that dude. But who has Joseph Parker beat? He beat... man, I'm trying to hold my tongue here, man. It's hard right now. But Joseph Parker need to stop running from Deontay Wilder. They could have been fought. They could have been fought months ago. But they didn't. I don't know. Joseph Parker seemed like he didn't want that work. It seemed like Joseph Parker is kind of just, stringing himself along, trying to get his paydays, trying to get these paydays. And ultimately, I think he's trying to cash out against Anthony Joshua. But he's talking crazy and greasy right now. We're going to get into that in the next video. But, yeah, I think after Wilder beats Ortiz, he should fight Joseph Parker. Because really the biggest fight to make in the heavyweight division is Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. That's the biggest fight to make. So why not save it till last, Why not cash out with that fight last? Because after that ain't nobody left. It's nothing but prospects coming up the rankings. And, you know, AJ's still young, which is good because, I mean, it's a couple dudes coming up, man. There's one dude in particular in the UK. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He knocking dudes out. He giving dudes brain damage. I don't even got to say his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But, yeah, Wilder, AJ's the best fight to make at heavyweight, and I'm cool. I'm cool with waiting until the end of 2018 to see that, man. But it is a fight that I want to see. I wouldn't be upset seeing the next, but I just think it would be bigger if it was for all the belts. If Wilder got the WBO championship and he's got the WBC already, going up against AJ, he's got a little bit more to bring to the table, you know, in terms of negotiating and in terms of just the overall bill, as opposed to just bringing in one belt. He got that green belt, got that Ring Magazine belt or championship, and you got the WBO championship, because we know Joseph Parker not beating Deontay Wilder. We know Joseph Parker not beating Anthony Joshua. We know this. It's a regular dude. Hitman Boxing. We gonna end the video for real this time. Shout out to all my subscribers. Like I said, I'm at 3,000. We doing it big. I told y'all from the beginning we was doing it big. So shout out to all y'all, man. Everybody that comments on the videos. Y'all know who I mess with, man. It's a few of y'all that watch the live streams. It's a few of you guys that always comment on the video. Trust me, I read y'all comments, man. I read the dumb ones too. I just don't respond. It is what it is. You know? People say someone said I ride with the black fighter. Like, what are you talking about, man? I criticize everybody. It don't matter what race they are. I could care less they black or white or Hispanic. It don't matter to me. When we go in, Hitman Boxing style. You already know I'm out.